Hi, it's Dave DeCoteau at the Trailers from Hell Studios in Hollywood. Have you ever gone to a multiplex drive-in before? I did once. I can't remember the film I was watching because I was busy looking over my shoulder watching a film called Tourist Trap. Couldn't hear it because I was in the other theater. But I was looking over my shoulder and I saw a beautifully made horror film. So I ran to the hardtop to watch it. It's Tourist Trap. When I got to finally see Tourist Trap with sound, it was at the Mall 205 Theater, and I saw on the poster that the film was shot in Panavision. So I thought, oh, it's going to be like the earlier Compass International release Halloween in widescreen Panavision. Nope, it was actually 185. So I went to the theater manager and said, hey, this movie's supposed to be in Panavision widescreen. The manager looked at me and scratched his head like I was the first one to walk off the spaceship. Little did I realize when I became a filmmaker a little later on that Panavision was not always scope. Panavision also had a whole set of 185 prime lenses. So I learned my lesson, and ironically, later on, once I became a filmmaker, many of the creative forces behind this picture became good friends of mine. I went on to direct about 40 movies for Charles Band, producer of this film. David Schmoller directed a film called The Puppet Master. This is David's first movie I directed for the Puppet Master sequels. And based on the work here, I completely fell in love with Nicholas Josef von Sternberg, who was the cinematographer, and I hired him on a film called Dr. Alien. Every day of that show, we talked about Tourist Trap, because I think it's probably his best work. I think it's David Schmoller's best work, and it could be Charlie Band's best work. Tanya Roberts is one of the very first films she did. It's a beautifully effective movie. But the real star here, other than Chuck Connors, in a fairly effective role, is Pino Donaggio, the composer. I tell you, the score of this movie is so beautiful that I ran down to the record store and bought the Varice Sarabon album of this soundtrack. It's a beautiful score by Pino Donaggio. Actress Linnea Quigley is in here someplace because this is the movie where she got her SAG card, she told me. So definitely check out Tourist Trap, and you could buy it at fullmoondirect.com.